Interior Zero de Lavinia Braniște. At first, I thought about going all by myself to protect Mum. Not tell her anything or tell her when it was all over, but I knew she'd feel betrayed. The big events in my life were my illnesses, and she wanted to be part of those. I had nothing else to offer her. When I told her on Skype, she started pacing like a caged lion. She turned red and burst into tears. Somewhere under the little screen where I couldn't see her, I knew she was picking at her cuticles. I made an appointment at a private hospital to coincide with the dates on her ticket, which I booked for her. I sent her a text with both confirmations, her ticket, my operation. We went to the hospital like two good little pupils, holding hands as they walked down the road under the watchful eyes of their teacher. I could see she was feeling overwhelmed, so I had no choice but to be brave. My strength fluctuates according to other people's needs. "You'll see. It's no big deal," I told her on the platform at Basarab where we had to change trains. "I'm too young to be really ill." We walked into the hospital and Mum was amazed that it looked like a film set. She was more used to the county hospital in Brăila, with plaster peeling off the walls and toilets reeking of urine. That's her abiding memory of Romania. Now I've brought her into this soap bubble where falling ill doesn't sound like such a bad idea. We walked through the pharmacy to get to reception. It was like a duty-free shop, cosmetics on either side of the aisle with pills and vials at the far end. It smelled of cleaning products. So shiny, one might almost believe it's perfectly fine to die in Romania. "Wow," said Mum. "Yeah, wait and see how much it costs," because she was the one who'd be paying for the hysteroscopy. She remained seated while I went to reception to sign in. The young man gave me a form to fill with terms and conditions. At the bottom of the page, I saw the prices for a room and panicked. The young man told me that was a mere formality. All I had to do was sign to say I accepted the T's and C's. The price had nothing to do with me. They wouldn't keep me in. "Is somebody here with you? If not, we can get an assistant to look after you." I told him I was there with my mum, but they gave us an assistant nevertheless, who led us down some corridors and then told us to take a seat. Mum was overcome with emotion. I handed her my bag and coat, and she sat buried under the pile. She had landed that morning at 2 a.m. Her suitcase was full, as always, stretching the limits of the 23 kilos allowed. She'd marinated some prawns for me, which she'd put into a jar carefully sealed with brown tape. She brought figs and dates, almonds, pistachios, and tuna pate. All that love, all that food. She hadn't changed at all in that regard. She had even brought my favourite popular science magazine, which I could read with the help of a dictionary. "I'll go to the market, buy some things to make you a nice soup," she said. "You don't know how to get to the marketplace. It's too complicated." "Well, what can I do?" "Go to Mega and get me an ice cream." "Are you scared?" she asked me after a while. "No. You're just saying that so as not to worry me." But strangely enough, at that very moment, for a few minutes at least, I really did not feel any fear. I am ridiculously fearful when I'm alone in the house, worried that I will slip and fall when I get out of the bathtub, that the neighbours won't find me until I start stinking up the place. I'm fearful whenever I get a phone call on the direct extension at work. I'm fearful when I have to cross the street in Bucharest, a city that fills me with ambiguous sentiments, a city that I want to leave. But at that moment, I felt no fear.